Content warning. I have a feeling this one's going to get spicy, boys and girls. So hold on to your hats. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But how could I not? How could I not? Basically, considering I've been the victim of anti-Semitism as recently as the beginning of the month. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's the 25th day of June, 2024. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how gorgeous it is outside. Take a look at Steve the cat or whatever else that makes you comfortable in your house, because we're diving into the mystery of the Crit Awards. If you're like most of the tabletop role-playing game community in the last 24 hours, you've been hearing this name come up. And if you're like most of the tabletop role-playing community in the last 24 hours, you have no idea what's going on. Who is the Crit Awards? What is the Crit Awards? Why are they controversial? And what's going on with them suddenly saying, oh, we're done? I have tried to do my due diligence as well as I can. I will admit right now that I'm an idiot. And I'm sure there's better ways to research this than I have. But since I found out about this story yesterday on Pundit's channel, I have really been digging into it. I have scoured YouTube and Wikipedia and the internet for as information on the Crit Awards as I can get. And I'm going to start this off right now that there's not a lot. So I'm going to postulate a theory that this is a scam, that this is a bullshit that went too far and they got caught. So let's just get to the top first, and then we'll work our way down deeper into the rabbit hole. And this is the first time when I've ever tried to look for information and go deep into a rabbit hole where I've found less instead of more. So again, I'm just tossing this out there. I just want you to pinhole this as we go on. This is a bullshit scam that went too far. The Crit Awards is an award show that does best DM, best product, whatever. It's like the Ennies or the Origins or whatever else. And like many of these other awards, it doesn't really mean as much as it used to. It's only been around for a year. Last year was the first year that Crit Awards appeared. And if you look at here's the first clue that this is a scam. If you look at who their staff is and who won last year. So let's just look at the 2023 winners. 99% of these are products you've never heard of. Nope, 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 nope. Coyote and Crow got nominated. Oh, well, that should be your first sign. Nope, nope, nope. Somebody who's been only gaming for 2 years got nominated. That should be your second sign. Nope, 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 nope. No, Connie Chang. Connie Chang got nominated. Now, we know Connie Chang is a fucking hypocrite. And we know Connie Chang is a fucking shill who will take money from Wizards of the Coast, regularly promotes Wizards of the Coast product on her podcast and her show, while also just admonishing the entire hobby, you know. So anything that's Connie Chang is associated with should be taken with a grain of salt and be considered, this is probably bullshit. Nope, 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 nope. Some of these are cam girls, by the way, who have OnlyFans. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, this one hasn't even been playing. Best top winner for Peso. But Peso didn't say they were the top winner. A lot of these girls have OnlyFans. Nope, 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 nope. With one exception, there's not a single thing on here that I have ever heard of. And I researched these. Okay, now let's just look at the staff. Here's the staff of the Crit Awards. See how many of these people you've heard of. Ivy. Jordy. Fish Finil. Misfit. Look at this. You know she's got an OnlyFans. Marissa Milagos. Who are these people? Omega Jones. Who the fuck are you? I've never heard of any. Nomad. Connor. Sir Fefis. Okay, I don't know who any of these people are. I thought I was pretty in touch with the tabletop role-playing game community. I'm going to guess a lot of these people have only been around for a couple of years. But whatever. Okay, sure. New people in the community wanting to reward new people. That's fine. Whatever. We know that the Diana Jones Award doesn't really have the respect it used to, and it's basically a joke, but then it's always been a joke. We know the Ennies hasn't really mattered since 2018. Unless it's the, the Gamma Awards, most of these awards don't matter. So if you're a new group of players who are just entering the hobby and you want to reward stuff that's been made in the last 2, 5, 10 years, because that's your entire history, fine, whatever. Nobody fucking cares. The fact that 99% of these are products nobody's ever heard of, and you associate yourself with Connie Chang, who is a bullshit artist, well, that's things. So I have set the stage, right? So why did these guys get in trouble? All right, so they got in trouble because of their code of content. They posted this year. They're associated with Gen Con. You would think Gen Con would be a little bit more aware of anything that might get them in trouble, especially after some of the other things that gotten them in trouble recently. Like somebody walking off with an entire fortune of cards, or the whole thing with that one room dedicated to, Gen Con has not been in a good place media-wise. So you would think that they would have people working for them who are covering these things and not associating themselves with anything that would get them in the same amount of trouble they've been getting themselves recently. So the criteria of our board looks at artistic, technical, still, original innovation, diversity. Of course you do. That's fine. Whatever. It's the code word that you people are now using to whatever. Cultures, fine. Races. Well, that should have been our first clue. And genders. I'm pretty sure you guys don't refer to them as races and genders anymore. Accessibility. Impact on the industry. This is all should matter. Impact on the industry, audience, and society. If you're award about games, especially new games, it should be games that are impacting the industry and nothing else. Ethical and social responsibility. Ethical. Remember these words. Remember these words. Because we're getting to it. I know this is a long buildup, but I like to set the stage. I don't just want to dump in and say the same thing 15 times like a certain other YouTuber did. So they posted a code of combat, okay? If you want to be part of our awards, first off, you can't be a member of our staff, except, of course, members of the staff were nominated last year. And you have to live up to the code of combat. Be kind, be nice, treat everybody the same. We will not allow any racism in our product, okay? We will not allow any homophobia in our product. We will not allow ableism in our product. Well, basically, you don't want to have a product that doesn't accommodate all issues. So if you release a product, it has to be not only accommodating to those who can read, it has to be available in every language, plus Braille, plus sign language. And it has to things like, the dungeon has to have ropes or, ramps because somebody in a wheelchair might be going into your adventure. Now, none of these things that were nominated last year, any way, shape, or form, are D&D related. No sexism. Okay, fine. All those feel fine. You're pointing out things that we've been, you guys have been talking about for several years now. Those of us who've been playing long enough to know that none of this stuff ever existed. But fine, whatever. You need to fly the flag to stand out and be part of the current flavor. I don't agree with that. But I understand it. I don't respect it, but I understand it. Okay, you gotta cover all your things, right? You gotta cover your asses, especially in the current climate. Okay, so we've said all these things, that they are inclusive and respectful. And then, number 5, individuals who identify as Zionists, promote Zionist material, or engage in activities without a doubt support Zionism are not eligible for nomination. Then the next one is 2.1, no harassment. 3.1 is social responsibility. But then we go 1.5, Zionism. Now, Zionism might be a word most people aren't familiar with because it's not a word you've heard in a while. And I'm not going to get into what Zionism means. I could go to the Wikipedia definition of Zionist, but it's a political movement in the Jewish faith, in the Israel faith, that has to do a lot with the politics of Israel and stuff like that. And sometimes it's hard to separate Zionism from Judaism. So RPG Pundit was the first to call this out as anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, anti-Israel, which is on par with Pundit. I don't respect Pundit for a lot of things, but I definitely, when he does call out anti-Semitism, then I'm 100% behind him. But there's other things that I'm like, whatever. But I'm sure there's stuff I do that he supports and other stuff I do that he thinks like the OG GM is an idiot. And then one or two other people called it out. And here's where the hypocrisy gets into. Because there's hypocrisy on the Crit Awards side, but there's also hypocrisy on the people who are calling it out. Because you'll call out them saying no Zionism, but where were you at the beginning of the month when there was all that anti-Semitic stuff being posted on the internet? What about the anti-trans stuff or the anti-gay shit that is just, you know, all over the tabletop role-playing game community, especially in the old school? I never see any of you calling that out before. What was it about this that suddenly made so many of you go, oh, no, we can't have you going against the Zionists? Considering that some of you have said some pretty horrible things about Jews in the past and gays and trans and me. So I find that interesting that Zionism was the word. So they posted this, and of course they got tons of negative responses. But for every negative response, there was a positive response, because either people don't understand what they're saying or they just want to jump on the, yeah, we support you, or whatever. Now, the thing is, here's the second one why I think this is a scam. This reads completely different than any of the other sentences. Okay, let's just look at 1.4. No sexism, gender-based discrimination, stereotypes or harassment not be tolerated. We promote general equality and a supportive environment for all genders. Individuals who identify as Zionists. How would you know? Why specifically that phrasing? Promote Zionist material or engage in activities that without a doubt support Zionism are not eligible for nomination. That's completely different wording than the rest of it. And you go and look at everything else they wrote, and yeah, it stands out. Like, it's different. I beg to differ. I call out kinds of hatred wherever I see it. I do not agree with the LGBTQ plus agenda. We don't have an agenda. I treat anyone who's aligned with that as a human being, even though I disagree with him. Well, thank you for treating me as a human being. I assure you there are plenty of people who don't. Okay, so they posted this. Pundit called it out. A few other people called it out. It got called out on Twitter. Me too. I don't care. You know, I don't care. I will not exclude you from my life unless you're a total ass. So thank you for Dice Tales. See, we can agree to disagree and still be cool with each other. I'm cool with you, even though you know, are anti-LGBTQT. I've been open about the fact that I'm asexual going on 10 years now. People who get it, get it. People who don't. It doesn't really bother who I am, because you should just be buying my merchandise and not listening to anything else I say. Just buy my fucking merch. How come I wasn't nominated for any of these awards, by the way? All right, so post this. Pundit posts. A bunch of other people post. You go to their Twitter. 80%, you're fucking stupid. Why would you say that? 20%, we totally love you and support you. Fine, whatever. Here's number 3. If I can figure out how to get this up. Where'd it go? Okay. Share screen. Windows. They dig in. They dig in on this one. We dig in. Okay? They don't backpedal. They don't apologize of all the statements they made This is the one they dig in on. We at Crit Awards want to be very clear in our stance and address the updated portion to our code of conduct for clarity. Individuals who identify as Zionists, how the fuck would you know? Show me a gaming material product that's a Tomb of the Serpent King. Oh, well, this guy's a Zionist. Does he have Zionism symbolism in there? Does he got a flag? Does he say in his, does she say in her biography, blah, blah, blah. I have 3 cats. I like fishing. By the way, I'm a Zionist. Where would you find the activities that engage in Zionism in the product, or what type of deep level FBI level of research are you doing on your nominees to discover whether they're Zionists or not? Because you obviously have no problem with Coyote and Crow or Connie Chang. Okay. So they dig in. They don't dig in on the homophobia one. They don't dig on the racism one. They don't dig on the anti-whatever. But they dig on in. They want you to be very clear that they do not want Zionists anywhere, shape, or form near their product. This is unusual. Why, of all the things, would that be the one specific that gets called out? And when offered to be, hey, explain what you mean, they don't. In fact, there's no fucking way to contact these guys. I went through every page of the site, and all I found were links to Instagram posts, Twitter posts, but no contact us. The closest I could find was their Twitter link. And you go to their Twitter link, and yeah, it's just what you would expect. Self-congratulatory stuff. And then them saying, we totally support this. We're totally against blah, blah, blah. So apparently, they're gone. What happened? They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. So this got posted this morning. Tanker's already covered it. Jim's already covered it. I'm sure Pundit will already cover it. Due to recent events and the attention we have received, it is with an extremely heavy heart that much disappointment that a Crit Awards will be unable to return to Gen Con at its 2012 event due to safety concerns. What safety concerns? Show me one threat made against you. Returning to Gen Con, you were only there last year, and I'm pretty sure from what little research I've done, you were one room, and most of it was done online or through the mail. With that said, we will continue forward with a virtual event as we evaluate how to be moving forward with the celebration of amazing creatings and phenomenal community members in the tabletop role-playing game space. Ticket purchased for the Gen Con event will be refunded. Really? We encourage any of our nominees who wish to remove their participation in any capacity to please reach out, as we understand the situation can be extremely mentally taxing and difficult in ways that may be unexpected. Voting will remain open until July 7th. We want to take a moment to reaffirm our stance that hate in any capacity will not be tolerated by any individuals or groups within this event, except you hate Zionists. We ask for patience as we come to terms with the situations and want to thank the community for the blah, 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 blah. So these guys who didn't exist until a year ago, who are staffed by people who have maybe been gaming for 2 to 5 years, who consider Connie Chang an okay individual to support. You go to their Instagram, and a lot of it's links to OnlyFans. I have no trouble with OnlyFans, by the way. Just let me say that. Girl, if you can make it safely, go for it. It's safer than porn. So yeah, it's not. But most of these people are babies. And then a year later, they post this code of content, and they call out Zionism. And then they keep backing up that they don't want Zionism associated with their product, with their production that's been around a year. And that's the... See, everybody else is calling out on the... calling out the anti-Semitism, which should be called out, especially as somebody who was a victim to anti-Semitism earlier this year. And there are, YouTubers who regularly, I know, post anti-Semitic in the gaming community, as well as anti-gay and whatever else. It's great that you called out the anti-Semitism. But dig deeper, it's the wording and the fact that it's completely different than any of the other wording, and the fact that they back it up, they dig into it, and then the second pundit posts his video and other people say, hey, wait a sec, they go, oh, we're done. We're walking away from Gen Con. We're taking our ball and going home. We're going to go video so we have complete control and you guys can't say anything. And then we're just going to do another round of just going, oh, we love you, Connie Chang, even though you're a fucking shill. Connie Chang is 100% worse than Jeannie D in my imagination, and Kyle Brink and all these other guys. Because you'll take the money from Crit Awards, Connie Chang, but I bet you'll then post 100 videos about how awful Crit Awards is. So was this anti-Semitism, or was this a scam? Did they do this on purpose to get singled out, knowing full well the amount of negative attention they would receive, so they could then back out of Gen Con playing the victim card? Oh, look how everybody hates us. We're all about love and support, except apparently Zionists, which equals Jews. And you guys hate us, which proves everything we say about all the people who hate us. We had to walk away from Gen Con because we felt unsafe. Really? Where were you when that girl was practically getting raped in her room because Gen Con put her in a room with a female identifying man who was a known sex offender? Huh? Where were you then? That girl didn't feel safe. What about last year when people walked off with hundreds of dollars in product? Those guys, I'm sure, didn't feel safe. Or the year before, where those guys got attacked in that room. But, oh no, because some videos and some people said, hey, what do you, most of the responses are, what do you mean by this? Do you know what Zionism means? Are you saying you're anti-Semitic? And if you are, doesn't that go against your other 20 things? We're totally supportive. We're totally open. We totally love everybody. We don't want any discrimination of any kind, except Zionism. Now, are they referring to the situation in the Middle East? Are they saying we don't support anybody who supports Israel in the situation in the Middle East, but we support the other side? Then shouldn't that just been a blank? Or do you just not support the situation in the Middle East at all, either side? Or are you saying we're pro them, but we're anti-Israel? Which would then go, well, that's being anti-Semitic. And, they could argue, well, it's not the same. But, I mean, without getting into the situation in what's going on in the Middle East, because I am no way, shape, or form in a position to discuss that in this topic. Really, there was no reason to put 1.5 is what I'm saying. Let's wrap this up because it's 25 minutes longer than any of you want to listen to my idiot meandering. 1.5 had no reason to be there. 1.1 through 1.4 plus everything else they fucking said covers everybody and their dog. Nobody should feel threatened or discriminated against by their blanket statement of we love everybody. Then they toss in 1.5, which not only is worded completely different than any of the other statements, goes against all the other statements. And of all the statements they made, of the 20 statements they made, that's the only one they back up. Because they got called out for being pro-gay and pro-trans, as well as they got called out for that one. But that's the only one they back up. And then the minute that one gets called out, they go, whoa, wait a minute. We don't want to be here because we don't want to feel safe. Instead, we're going to go 100% digital. we're going to do a video featuring some of our OnlyFans girls where we have complete control of everything that happens and everything you see. And all these people that called us out, we can now say, look at these haters. We don't feel safe because they said bad things about us. Well, they said bad things about you by your stupid comment. And of those people who called you out, a lot of them are like, are you sure you know what you're saying here? And finally, again, let me just remind you, this is a group of people who have mostly been associated with the tabletop role-playing community for less than 5 years and consider Connie Chang somebody they want to associate with, and Coyote and Crow somebody they want to associate with, both of whom have been shown to be hate-filled shills. In closing, I'm glad they're gone. I mean, there are better ways to support new and upcomers than this. If you're going to shine a light on independent small games, great. Shine a light at independent small games, but don't attach politics to them. If you're pro-gay, great. Donate money to that charity. If you're anti-gay, okay, fine. You have that. You have that right. Donate money to that charity. If you're pro the situation in the Middle East, donate money to those charities. If you're anti-situation in the Middle East, donate to that charities. If you want to support independent small press publishers, go to Drive-Thru and buy my fucking merch. Don't make it about politics. Be kind. Everybody's welcome. Don't say bad things about each other. That's all you had to do, right? Right? Don't put stupid, hateful shit in your product or we won't even look at it. That's all you had to do. But you called out one specific one and you got in trouble for it. But because I am a conspiracy nut, I want to toss it out there that they did it on purpose. Because sure, they're gone, but we're going to forget about them in a few days. And they are now going to be able to have their completely controlled digital production where they can devote a lot of time calling out the people who called them out and presenting a narrative where they kind of brush over why they got called out. We don't feel safe, so we left. We want to do our own thing that we can completely control and say wherever we want. Sure, we'll refund your money eventually, but that doesn't mean we won't take the money that we already took or the money, all the free prizes or whatever. And then we're going to give out rewards like best DM at a peso who DM'd one thing at a peso. Best DM on YouTube, Connie Chang, who, I'll take your money and then I'm going to shit on you anyways. All right, I've wasted way too much time on this. Does anybody else have anything they want to say about this before we shut this down? There's 6 of you watching. Hello, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs by August 4th. If you haven't bought my merch yet, go to the link down below, because if there's any independent publisher on the planet you should be supporting, it's fucking me. Okay, let's read the comments. Someone over there thought this was a good idea. I wonder if his name is Kyle too. No, her name is Ivy. And I mean, it's there on purpose. I'm just going to reaffirm the fact that I think they did this on purpose, and I think they knew what was going to happen in some way. Because now, no matter what, they're in a position to say, look how everybody picked on us. I sure hope it was a scam. I think it is. We already talked about that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Neither here nor there. It seems like whatever. If you agree with what I have to say, let me know. If you don't agree with what I have to say, let me know. If you want to revisit this topic again, we can do another live stream about it. You know, I want to I think it's very hypocritical that a lot of these people, you know, in my own selfish, that a lot of these people are like, oh, but anti-Semitism, anti-Jewism. And I'm like, yeah, but where were you with all the other anti-Semitism that's been in the tabletop role-playing community as recently as last month? But this one you guys point out. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. I have a feeling that if I keep talking, I'm going to get even more stupider, and you're probably tired of listening to me. Blah, 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 yakety smackety. Thanks for sticking with me for 30 minutes talking about this subject. I hope it's going to go away, but we both know it isn't. Till next time, I'm the OG GM. You know what to do. Now go outside, because it's gorgeous.
Yo, check. Yeah.